Okay, so last episode we started lasers and we started our alternative power production. One thing I had intended to do and did not get to was making substations. I'm looking here for a second. Why are we all of a sudden like not getting... Oh, because we're out of plates. Yeah, we are really out of plates. Let's go take a look up here and see what's eating all our plates. And it's probably the green circuits. Green circuits, some pipes, science. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We expected it. This is not a huge smelting operation. It's fine. It'll be fine. But anyway, I had intended to make substations because they're not useless without them. But without substations, the accumulators and the solar panels are kind of useless. You would have to put in so many poles to cover the area and what have you. So that's why I like having substations. So let's take a look, see what we got here. So we got logistics. We got our substations have been researched. Our bots have been researched, which means we got our storage chests and we got our passive provider chests and we've got our roboports. We got our advanced oils, so we can do we can modify all the cracking and stuff. That's also going to give us electric engines, which is going to give us our flying robot frames, which is going to give us our bots. And our personal roboport for when we get around to making ourselves our better armor. Alright, so substations need steel plate, copper cable, and red circuits. Well, we've got most of that down here. It's kind of over here. The question is, do we want to put it closer here and kind of keep all of that in the same area? Or do we want to bring it over here and then have a gap? I don't know that it really genuinely matters. So let's do this. Substation. And alright, equal amounts almost of red and copper cable. And double steel. Now, that means we're going to have to make copper cable. So if we start with copper cable, and what did we say it was? Is it equal amounts of? Cable and red circuits are equal amounts, so we can put that on one side. All right. So what we're going to do is saw the top of your head off and root around in there with a dad blame stick. See if we can't find that dad blame tumor. We're going to steal red circuits from here, because why not? And we're going to come down here. And while we're at it, we're going to open this up, and open this up. All right. And we're not going to open that one up yet because we're going to want to see where this is going to come down. Because that's got to come down. That's got to come down. So open that up. Right? And then along came Jones. Along came Jones. Slow walking Jones. Slow talking Jones. Along came lonely lanky Jones. Alright, so we got that. And then that's going to make us wire. Wire. Wire, right? And then wire, what did we say? We said wire and red in equal amounts, and then iron or steel by itself. So wire out. Trying to think of a somewhat sexy way to do this, but it's just not occurring to me. We're going to have to do this, I'm afraid. And then just have a meeting of the minds right here. Right? And then that is that. So that's going to give us wire, that's going to give us red, that's going to give us steel. Wire, red, steel. Right? Okay. That'll work. That'll work. Now, we don't need a metric crap ton of these. So, what if we do just this? And then we do Gazinta, 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 two Gazautas, 5 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stacks for now. And that. And that. And there it is. All right. So we're in business. Okay. Good enough. Yes, we're going to take off. We're going to be stealing some of the reds off of there, which is going to affect our science. But let's be honest, we're already starting to slow down everything else because we're overtaxing our iron as it is. And we're going to have to move to our bigger bus eventually anyway. All of this is just to get us, this is to supply the pieces parts to make the actual stuff. So if we have to wait for a little while, we have to wait for a little while. Who cares? All right. Now, in order to do bots, because that was our plan, was to do bots, we need frames. So to get frames, where is it? we need electric motors. To get electric motors, we need lube oil. So we need to start, and we've researched our petroleum processing too. So let's go over to our petroleum processing area and let's get it set up. And I brought a bunch of chem plants with me. I brought a bunch of tanks with me. I brought a bunch of pipes with me. So we should be okay. Now, like I mentioned before, my old plant, I had chem plants down the center. I decided I wanted to break it out and have chem plants down in their own thing. And I want to do that because I want to be able to shut them off and start them up using either wires or pumps with wires. We'll see how it goes. But let us go ahead. We're going to lay down in an order here. So first we're going to go heavy oil to light oil. I don't know how many of these we're going to need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? Let me see. All right. You get twice as much light oil as you do heavy oil. Right? So you get twice as much light oil as heavy oil. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll go an even dozen. Let's push them back a little bit further so that we kind of line up a little better. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Right? And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now, let us go ahead and do this. Let's change this to this and see if we did the right thing. Yeah, see, that lines up with that, that lines up with that. Flipping it around was the right thing to do. And hooking it up the way we hooked it up was the right thing to do. So now let's convert all of them to oil processing 2. And that's going to start to give us the out of there, but not yet, because we have not yet hooked up water. Let's get these trees out of our way so we can see what the hell we're doing. Why not? Why? Is it because of that whole distance thing? Seriously, is that are you going to give me shit about distance from there? Because it's not like I'm trying to hook. All right. How about we do this? Why? What? I don't understand. Unless that's a tree. Oh, it's a goddamn tree. Seriously? I've been going nuts for an hour trying to figure that out. All right, can this one go further? Nope, that's all the further it can go. Fine. All right, so now that's all water. Is that water all the way around? That looks like water all the way around to me. Is it properly connected? Well, they're making flames. Are they all making flames? They appear to all be making flames. Okay. So, let us go over here. And we're just going to put them right over here for now because it's convenient. Right? Although probably not the best place to put it because we're right up against... You know what? Let's back them off by one. Eventually we'll back off those tanks by one as well. So there's that. So that's crude oil, petroleum gas, light and heavy, or heavy and light. And that's going to be our heavy. Well, I end up having to stagger these. That's our heavy. Right? This is our light. Alright, so that gives us our heavy, our light, our petroleum gas, and our crude. And then we're going to want our P Diddy. Is it P Diddy? I think it's P Diddy. Isn't that who's in trouble right now with all the lube stuff? Anyway, I digress. So, over here, we are going to change this to convert heavy to light oil. And we're going to convert this to change light oil to petroleum gas. Right? Right. Now, we may have, I hope not, but we may have put these too close. I don't think we did though. But you know what we didn't do? Dummy me. Horizontal. All right. Water, light, water, light, water, light. That should be water. That should be light. That should be water. That should be light. That should be water. Light, water, light, water, light, water, light, water, light, water, light, water, light. Okay. Heavy, water, heavy, water, heavy, water. There we go. Now we can do this. All right. And then we can come out one with this, since they're going to connect into those ones anyway, because those are all going to connect together. These are all going to connect together. These can come out by one. And then those can connect together. Waters can connect together. Right, so the waters are connected together, and then they can come out here and be part of the water. Those are going to come out and be part of the heavy. This is going to be the lights, and they can connect together. And then the waters can connect together. That can all be water. Is it all water? That's all water. And then put that there, and then that is all light. And then we just got to bring out our heavy. To there, right, and that's going to give us our heavy to all of those, and then we just need to bring our light out. And make that all part of the light, right? Come into the light. So that is all light. And then this is all petroleum gas, and all of this is all petroleum gas, right? And it doesn't matter where it's connected, it's all part of the same system, as I understand it. To work now, it's a big pool. So if we, okay, but here's what I want to do. Now that we've got it hooked up, I want to be able to control when this operates. The problem is I don't know that I've got it hooked up right to do that. Here's what I want to do. I want to keep a certain amount of light, heavy, and lube on hand. But I want I don't know, can you, let's see if I can hook up to these. Yeah, see, I can't hook up to these. So you have to control these flows by their inputs and outputs. But the input to this all right, what if we do this? What if we cut this off here? We made this the input to the light oil cracking, and that at that point that is separate from this. So in order to get to the light oil, to do the cracking, it has to go through this pump. And rather than having it So then that would go out to that. Okay. So if we turn that off, it would keep the light oil. And if we turned it on, it would make the light oil into petroleum gas. And it would suck from the whole system, including the tanks. So then if we did that, the same way, and we put a pump there, the only way that receives oil, heavy oil, from either the tanks or the process to convert it to light oil is if the pump is on. Okay. And then we just need to fire these all up. Right? And then if we place a light oil tank here, and a heavy oil tank here, I'm going to move it by one so that it's actually connected. And then we did a red wire from here to here. Can we do it to the pump? Yes, we can. And then we did a red wire or a green wire, whatever wire, but red wire in this case to this pump. And we told this pump, enable, disable, if where is, okay, there it is. If heavy oil is greater than maybe we want it less than. We want it to turn on if this tank see, we want this to turn on if that tank is greater than 20K. Say 20K. So if this tank is greater than 20K, this pump should turn on, which should give these guys oil. Where else are they getting oil from then? Maybe it's just what's in the okay. There we go. Now it's turned off. So then this one we want to do the same thing. Enable, disable. If light oil is greater than 20K. So that means that if this tank is full above 20K, it's going to allow it to go through and be converted. And that should be equal to, let's see what's in these tanks over here. Yeah, so that's 2.8. That's 10. That's 2.8. What are they here? That's 10, and that's 2.9. So yeah, so these tanks are going to be equal to these tanks. So if we set this to 20K, then each of these tanks is going to have 20K in them. And at 20K, it's going to stop converting heavy oil to light oil. And at 20K in the light oil, it's going to stop converting, or it's going to start convert. At 20K or more, it'll convert it to petroleum gas. Less than 20K, it's going to keep the light oil. And right now it's running because there is fluid in the pipes, but the fluid in the pipes is going away as it processes, but it can only process so much because it's blocked up at the other end. Okay, so there we go. So there's that. So now we're cracking from heavy oil to light oil, and from light oil to petroleum gas. So that's all set up. Now we want two things. We want lube, and we want sulfuric acid. And we're going to make those over here as well. So that's lube. And this is going to be sulfuric acid. Now we may connect them at a different location. Alright, so lube, to make lube, it's made in a chemical plant and it's made from heavy oil. So let's go over here. And for this, I want to tap off of the heavy oil prior to the pump. In other words, I don't want the pump being able to turn off the heavy oil if this gets low. And then that's going to come out of there to here, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. That ought to be enough for lube, I think. Right? And then this is going to go here. And here. And this is going to come over to the lube. Uh-oh. Where are we at? Oh, down here, huh? Oh, okay, that's fine. There's nothing down here. I don't have any weapons down here. It's just the walls. Now that we're getting lasers, we're going to go and get that eventually anyway. So they can eat those walls. I don't care. worried me for a minute. I couldn't have lined that up better if I tried. Yeah. I don't care. You guys eat those walls. We'll deal with you in a minute. All right. So that's going to go there. That's going to give us lube. It's funny. Can we convert? We can't convert back from petroleum to heavy, can we? That would be nice because of the fact that petroleum is clogged up. But it's okay. As that gets used, it'll free it up, and these will start burning again. We'll be okay. All right. So that's going to be our heavy oil to our lube, and then that's going to fill the lube up. Now, that just leaves us with our sulfuric acid. And sulfuric acid, we have to convert the petroleum gas to sulfur, and then convert the sulfur back to sulfuric acid, which means we're going to need iron plates to do that. So as much as I want to be able to keep all my fluid processing here, for right now, we're not going to do it until we get this going, because then we can tap off of the iron and bring iron over here and make our sulfuric acid. For right now, we'll just keep making our sulfuric acid on site where we're at. I'm not going to worry too much about it. All right, so that's that. But do we have enough? We can start thinking about it. And if we did two, right? I think we decided that 2 will support 5 or something, wasn't it? This is going to make 2 sulfur every second. And then sulfuric acid requires, okay, so it's 2.5 per 1. So 5 is 2, I think, was what we figured out. Maybe that's what it was 5 was 2. Sulfuric acid. All right. Sulfuric acid, craft time 1 second, we need 5. These produce 2 in 1 second. So 2.5 produces 5, which is one of these. So if we do 5, we can support 2. Two and a half, yeah. So if we did 2, 4, and a half, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? And then 10 is 2 of these. Is what it was. That's what it was. So that was this. So it really doesn't matter which side of the belt they're on, I guess, for these. We don't need it to be balanced, I don't think. So that's sulfuric acid. And then it just needs nope, won't reach. That's fine. We can bring it in on the sides. Right? And then so that'll be our sulfuric acid. Out of that side. And then this side needs these connected together, these connected together, so water to water, and that's water, and then gas to gas, gas to gas, and then gas to gas. Right? Oh. We actually want to come out one more with this. Gas to gas. So then all of that's getting the petroleum gas, and then we want to go, that's all the water. Let's bring water here. So that's water. And then we just had to bring water over to here. What does this go to? That goes to water. Okay. So, uh-oh. Do I have enough? I got enough to make one. Damn it. I can't reach. Well, what is this? Oh, that's water. What is it? Well, that's not water. Are we out of... Apparently we are completely out of oil right now. We're not getting enough oil. It's being sucked up. All right. And we, damn it, we're short like one pipe. And I gotta go all the way over there to get it. It's all right. It's not as far as it seems. Meanwhile, all right. Laser 300. Flammables, increase that. Laser, increase that. I want that, but we got to go mine some first. We're not ready for that yet. Stack size. Oh, did I not put legit? I thought I had already researched logistics robots. Well, we're going to put that right up front. Research speed. And we're going to bump that up to 250, 250. Let's do research speed first. Stronger explosives. Absolutely. All right, there we go. There's that. Let's go get some plates real quick. Yeah, you know what? I don't know why we're doing that. We got pipe making up here. Just take a stack and a stack. We are going to grab a couple more chem plants, and I have a reason for that. And we're going to grab some steel plates. I have a reason for that too. So right now the only thing we're bringing down is plastic and petroleum gas, but that's okay. And this is completely empty. We got to go get some more oil eventually. All right, where were we? We were right there. Right? So that is the water for that. We just got to turn it on. So then that's going to do that. That's going to yank it up. And then if we had an iron plate, oh, we got one more place we got to connect. Does that reach? That reaches. Awesome. So now we have 0.1, because that's the only one we had, but now we got it set up so that when we bring in our iron plates, we can be making sulfuric acid. Bada bing, bada boom, bada done. All right, so that is all of that. And we're making the lube. We have one more thing we want to make. And that is flamethrower ammo. Problem is, we need crude oil for that. And right now, I don't think we have any. But we are eventually going to get some. So we are going to put that right there. We're going to tell that to make flamethrower ammo. We are going to put down a gazinta and a gazauta. We're going to put in some steel plate, all the steel plate, and we're going to power this puppy up. And now, as soon as we get some crude oil, we're going to start making some flamethrower ammo. All right, so let's review. We are beginning to fill up all of our tanks, and they're set up so that after it gets to a certain level, it's going to pop it out as petroleum gas. We're making lube. We're making sulfuric acid, or we're set up to make sulfuric acid. Are these really that bad off? Let's go up here and see what the map says the percentage is now. See if they're pumping. I mean, that's pumping. They are pumping. But it is not much. All right, so let us oil. So we've got that one covered. We've got that one covered. That leaves us here that's in our possession and here that's in our possession. Neither of which is in a great place because they're close to biters and we haven't started going up there yet. Although now we have lasers. So, I think next episode, because we are at 1 hour, next episode we are going to set up solar and accumulators so that we can start taking the lasers to these guys. And when we do that, we can cut this off. We can take care of this and cut this off and get this walled off. We can also better reinforce up here so that when we start pumping from here, these guys aren't the issue that they are. I'd like to get this iron soon. Can we, if we cut this here and this here, right? I don't like making right angles because the bots fly across them. If you're making right angles, you should make your right angles outward, not inward. But we have a way of working around that. Is this cut off or is that attached? That is attached. Shiza. Well, it's not that attached. We could put a couple of lasers or something up there. But if we cut this and we cut this, that gives us this iron. It gives us this uranium. It pushes them away from this crude oil. And if we cut this here, here, and here like we had planned, it gets everything out of the, well, you know what? I keep getting bigger, don't I? We could cut here, and that would take care of the pollution there. At some point, we got to stop growing. At some point, we just got to make a decision and stop growing. We're going to cut this off here and here, and we're going to cut that off there, cut it off here, cut it off here, and I think at that point we're going to stop growing, but that gets us these crude oils. So we're going to take the lasers to these guys. Next episode, we're going to start setting up the solar panels, and we're going to start getting ready to do that. All right, guys. But in the meantime, I think we have at this point gotten all of our major oil production addressed, with the exception of our supply of crude. So, next episode we do solar. All right, guys. I will talk at you later. Have a good one. Bye.